So if you have a YouTube channel or you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, I'm even going to throw in TikTok or Instagram. If you're a content creator, today's video is a warning. If you don't do what I'm about to tell you to do, you are an idiot. All right, so I've been trying to think about how to start this video, and I really think it's best just to basically rewind for a second. My name is Aaron Marino. I'm a YouTuber, for those of you who didn't know that. I started my YouTube channel back in 2008. It's called Alpha M, and I have almost 7 million subscribers. And over the years, I have seen a lot of things change. I've seen a lot of things happen. I've seen the algorithm change. I've seen YouTube change in terms of what they allow. I've seen the implementation of shorts. I've seen the evolution of the platform, which is why I'm actually making this video today. Starting my YouTube channel was the best decision I've ever made in my life, hands down. I didn't realize at the time how it would actually transform my life, not to mention the lives of people around me. And the thing that's so incredible is that when you first start posting, right, you're putting out content, it's fun, you're loving it, everything is amazing. And the views start to grow, the subscribers start to grow, and you're like, yo, this is awesome. And then you get a brand deal, and you're like, oh my God, wait a second, are you telling me somebody's actually gonna pay me to talk about a product? And you're like, yes, please, I'll take some more of those, right? They're amazing. And then maybe you start making a little bit of money, right? The views start to rise, and then you start to make like AdSense money, and it's like literally pennies from heaven. You just put out a video, it starts to get views, and you get money put into your bank account for literally just making the content that you love. You're like, yeah, this is awesome, right? You're doing the dance, your friends, your family are like, oh my God, I'm thinking about starting a channel. Can you give me some advice? Or, oh my gosh, people start noticing you in the street and want your picture. Oh my God, this is like the stuff that dreams are made of, and it is. And it is intoxicating, it is amazing, and it is life-changing. But the one thing that I can tell you is that it changes. Everything changes. The platform changes. People change. Your money will change, which is why the people that are smart, that are content producers, are figuring out sooner rather than later how to make money off of the platform. I beg you, start thinking about an auxiliary plan. What is something that you can sell? What is something that you can do? What is some way that you can basically have the people that love you, which is your audience, YouTube's customers, because honestly, you don't own any of the data, you don't have any of the information, all you have is a subscriber. But what happens if YouTube changes? What happens if YouTube changes the algorithm? What happens if YouTube stops showing your videos? All right, what happens if YouTube decides, you know what, if you curse in your videos, boom, you're demonetized, you make no money. It happened, right? And all these people, all these really popular, successful creators basically went from making like money to like no money because in a blink of an eye, everything changed for them. They didn't see it coming, it just happened. What happens if you're on a platform like TikTok or what was the other one? What was that one? Vine? Vine, remember that? Exactly. You probably don't even remember it. But there were people on that platform that were making a living basically with that platform, and then boom, in the blink of an eye, it was gone. TikTok, we don't know what's gonna happen. If you are somebody that is still like, okay, cool, I'm gonna keep investing in this platform, you've gotta seriously have something wrong with you. You've gotta figure out where else to go. You've gotta start putting your content on the other platforms. You've gotta start trying to grow these other resources because you never know when it's gonna go away. But YouTube is the same way. We get into this delusional mindset that, oh, it's never gonna end. I'm always gonna be popular. People are always gonna wanna hear what I have to say. It's not the case. And I'm a perfect example. Now, the truth is that I was relevant for a really long time. I'm still relevant to a degree, but my views, like, they have taken an astronomical ass kicking. Part of it's me, part of it's my inability or my problem that I didn't evolve during COVID when people's viewing habits have changed, and I kept doing the same content thinking that the people that watched my content before wanted the same content. They didn't. They didn't at all. My views used to be like 20 million views a month on YouTube. Now they're around 3 million. And so before, back in the good old days, I was literally making like $40,000 to $50,000 a month just from AdSense. Now it's literally like $5,000, all right? But I was smart. One of the best decisions that I did or that I made early on was to try to figure out how to create a product and a brand. Now, here's what I need to tell you. It's not good enough to be the face of a brand. And that's one of the things, if you ever watch the show Shark Tank, all right, and you've got somebody that goes on and they're an influencer, they've got a big social media following, like somebody inevitably will say, well, what happens if you get hit by a bus? And this is the $1 million question, literally the $1 million question. It's not about you having a popular brand, that's you. Meaning if you are the brand, it's not a sustainable model. You've got to figure out how to basically start a business, have your customers come there, but then the magic is how do you actually leverage the brand and build it into a brand that stands alone without you. If you are the one that has to come on and start pitching and talking and yelling and being like, yo, grab my whatever, you are never going to truly build a brand. It's about brand. You need to build a brand. All this behind me, right, on these shelves, my product, my brand, all right? It didn't start this big. It took me 10 years, right? The other side, it's a legit operation. This year we're gonna do $10 million. It's Pete and Pedro. I've talked about it a bunch of times. This is the thing that has saved my ass. And what I mean by that is if I had not started this business back 10 years ago when I knew, all right, something's got to give, right? What happens if, something happens? What happens if something changes, right? I'm going to be completely fucked if I don't have some auxiliary plan. And so when it started, at first it was all me. It was all me talking about it. It was all me pitching it. It was all me selling the product and the brand, right? It wasn't truly a brand yet. It was a product that I was selling. But then over the years, I did what I needed to do in order to basically get the heavy lifting, which is sales, off of my back. And I was able to leverage things like Amazon, Google advertising, all right, Facebook advertising. I was able to leverage these other platforms and spending dollars to actually convert sales. And when you can do this and you don't have to be the face of the brand, this is when everything gets better and this is when everything gets stable. You also are able to scale it. Stability. The thing that you need to understand is that there is nothing truly stable about these platforms that you are creating content on, but a business. This is something that you can control. This is something that you ultimately have the say-so whether or not it's going to grow or it's not. But you've got to start thinking about it. Do not wait until next year. Do not wait until next month. Do it today. You've got to start thinking about it. Whether or not it's an e-product, whether or not it's a physical product, whether or not it's a service, whether or not it's a it doesn't matter. I don't care what you do, but you got to do something. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur that just happened to start making YouTube videos back in 2008. Before I started YouTube, I had a fitness center, that didn't work. I had a nutrition store, that didn't work, right? I am an entrepreneur. It's in my blood. It's in my DNA. And so I was ultra aware when I started making content, how do I figure out how to make money from this? All right? The other thing you need to understand is that it is absolutely possible to not sell out. And what I mean by that is a lot of times influencers or people that are creating content will feel like it's a conflict of interest. Or, all right, if I create this and I ask people to sell it, I feel a little bit weird about asking people to buy it. Stop it. You got to understand that you are putting out there free content for people to consume, to educate them, to help them learn, to basically get a little piece of you, because that's the other thing you got to understand. When you create content, you're giving the world a little piece of you. It's okay. They are rooting for you. They're on your side as long as you don't do anything shady, as long as you don't do anything like kind of shitty and shifty. You've got to make sure you're offering them a great product. Because if you offer them something shit, or if you oversell it and it's crap and you don't do what you need to do in terms of customer service or quality products or fast shipping, if you don't hold up your end of the bargain, it's going to be a bad situation. It's 100% critical that you take care of your audience and your customers. All right? And real quick, if you are somebody that wants to start a business, you don't know where to start, I'm going to link down below to the White Label Empire. It's my business community that I started. All right. The whole idea was I've had over 20 businesses over my career. Some of them have worked, some of them haven't. But I wanted to share all the experience that I've learned over the years and basically condense it and consolidate it into a course. The White Label Empire offers a curriculum, and it's a course that you go step by step through the process of having an idea, how to find that product that's going to resonate with an audience, how do you market it, how do you grow it, how do you scale it, how do you advertise. I teach all of that. It's at your own pace, but then there's the community aspect where we're in there on a daily basis engaging with other members. And then once a week, I'm actually doing a live training, answering your business questions, giving a business tutorial or lesson, or bringing in some of my friends or colleagues that I've met over the years of being an entrepreneur to add value to help you. My whole goal is to basically help shortcut you to the front of the line, avoid the pitfalls and the speed bumps that I've experienced to help you do something amazing. If you're interested, I'm gonna link down below to the White Label Empire, guys. We've got 2 different membership options, a one-time pay, one-time only, $397, or a month-to-month cancel anytime, $97. It is, in my opinion, one of the best things I've ever done, and I hope you join us so that you do something amazing, because I'm telling you, if you think for a second that your content creation is going to last forever, if you think that it's going to just keep going the way that it has, it's not. And the other thing I just want you to think about is, it's about legacy. Do you think you'll always want to be creating content? Maybe you will. I feel like I probably will, because I just love creating content. But what if you want to take a break? What if you want to stop? You know, we often talk about the reason why you don't want to trade time for dollars is because it's limited, right? You can only basically work so many hours a day. You can only create so much content. If you would have told me 8 years ago that I would not have amazing views, that, you know, my audience wouldn't be watching my stuff anymore, I would have been like, no way, no way, no way. They always are gonna love me, right? Well, some of them do, but a lot of them don't. Most people have grown up and moved on. And for me, one of the things that I've realized is I serve the purpose in a lot of men's lives at a specific time in their life, when they were younger, right? A lot of the guys that come up to me today will be like, hey, man, I just wanted to say thank you so much. You really helped me when I needed it when I was growing up. And for me, there couldn't be any better compliment that I could receive. And so you just got to think about it, right? What you think is going to last forever will not. You've got to constantly be pushing yourself. You've got to constantly be looking for opportunities for growth and to do something off of the platform, because content creation is great, but things change. And unfortunately, you have zero control over those things. But a business, something that you create from scratch, this is something that you have control over. 10 years ago, if you would have told me that my $3,000 investment in some white label hair products would turn into this business, a $10 million business with profit margins around 30%, I would have not believed you, because A, I didn't have the skill, I didn't know what I was doing. But over the years, I've learned a lot, and I've also made a ton of mistakes. A lot of those mistakes I've been able to endure. Some of them I've had to basically suck it up and take the L, but it's about pushing yourself. It's about trying, and it's about realizing that life is short. So is a content creator's relevance, and that's the thing that you just got to remember, all right? Even though you're popular now, even though a lot of people are paying attention, people's attention spans are like this big, right? You've got to understand this, and you've got to make an auxiliary plan to when people's viewing habits or the algorithm or the platform goes away or changes. What is your plan? Anyway, I just want to do this video because I feel like it's important. I feel like it's important for each and every one of you that is a content creator to start thinking outside of the box and to realize that eventually things change. I know that sucks to think about, but they will. You've got to make sure that you get people off of the platform that you're on, signed up to an email list, get them somewhere else so that you have access to them. Because literally, even though you may have 10 million subscribers, if YouTube shuts down or somebody hacks your account or, you know, anything could happen, how many of those people can you get in touch with and be like, yo, I'm over here, come check me out over here? Exactly, zero. Because YouTube, they're YouTube's clients. They just happen to allow them to subscribe to you. All right, you got to think about it, start making a plan, and start doing something incredible. If you want to join the White Label Empire, I'm going to link to it down below. If you missed the video I did talking about how I built this company from $3,000, I'm also going to link to that down below. I'm going to walk you step by step through what I did, steal the idea, do it for yourself. I want you to change your life. Later.